Hello, Last on the Road subscribers and followers. Well, this is the last day in Missouri, as the title indicated. We'll be heading north tomorrow. We're going to get up and do some grocery shopping, and then we're going to head north. We'll say goodbye to Mom. And hello, Stephanie. How are you? And yep, we'll head north, and we'll go see my daughter, and pretty excited about that. Hello, Carrie. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a long time. Good to see you. So we're going to meet her in Iowa. We're going to have a 3 o'clock lupper, I guess is the best way to put it. That's a lunch and supper. And hopefully it goes well. I mean, I don't even know if she's going to bring her boyfriend. She doesn't talk much on Facebook, which is odd. She's a millennial. Howdy, Angie. How are you? I'm sure I've missed a couple. Hello, Wayne. Good to see you. Wayne, you don't come on very often. I think you were here last week, weren't you? I don't remember seeing you very often. 16 people. Did the notifications get sent out today, I hope? So anyway, yep, we're gonna, and then once we're done with that, we're gonna head on down to South Dakota. Hello, Patricia. Hello, John. How are you? Good to see you, John. Good to see you, Patricia. So we're gonna go to South Dakota, and we're gonna go, I guess, pretty close to. Sorry about the dogs. So we're gonna go. Let's see. We got hello, Adam. I missed that. Hello, Eli. Hello, Louise. Hello, Sonny. How are you? Hello, Jerry. Good to see you. I made it on time for once. Who was that? No, this Sonny. Sorry, Sonny. I don't think I've seen you here before. So, welcome to the Little House on the Road family. Notifications came. Good. Apparently, YouTube's been having off and on issues with the notifications. So, sorry about the dogs. Mom's got dogs, and the people that mow her lawn are here, so we might get some second live feed. Okay, well, I'm sorry I don't remember you. MTB Mac, how's it going? Good to see you. Love the backdrop. That's just a door my grandpa made. What? Wow, 30 years ago. This is my favorite door. This arrow here you see, that's a piece of wood, and it looks like a piece of metal. But he took a little ball peen hammer and he kind of hit it and make it look metal beaten. And he was a real artist when it came to carpentry. So, I mean, he built this. Well, he didn't build the house. He remodeled this whole house, and it's beautiful. First notification in a while. Well, I'm glad. Actually, thank you, David. I don't know why YouTube's having so many notification issues. So, anyway, so yep, we're going to go to Iowa tomorrow. Just subscribe to the prior post. Thanks for the honesty. Well, Sonny, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Well, you're welcome for the honesty. That's what this channel is all about. Boy, I really try really hard, to be honest. I don't know how to be any other way. And sometimes it's to my detriment. I mean, I went back and forth all day today. Well, thank you, Stephanie, on whether I wanted to do that video or not, but I just could not live with myself thinking that there are YouTubers out there. Jerry, my daughter, we're just going to go for one day. We're going to go to Iowa, see my daughter, and meet her for what we're calling a lupper. That's in between lunch and supper. Thank you, Eli. Sorry about the dogs. It's going to happen. So, anyway, we're going to go visit with her, and I haven't seen her in 4 years, so she's a graduate, got a double major now. Been watching for a while, first time live, just a few days away. Take the plunge. Well, welcome to the Little House on the Road live feed. Welcome to the Little House on the Road family. Jerry, I mean, I've spent a couple years in Iowa. I worked in West Des Moines in a plastics factory, and I worked in Oskaloosa, Iowa at Paslow Nail Company. Nail gun company, and that's where I met my ex-wife. It was actually in Tumwa is where I lived, and then moved to West Des Moines. I adopted my daughter there, and then we came to Missouri and started my company. So that's how I am mixed up with Iowa. So now when they left me, they went back up to Iowa. That's that story. Now I feel like I got all personal with you. Everybody's going to drop out of here. Oh! Anyway, so yep. And then, I mean, and we'll probably just stop in a rest area. I'm not sure if Iowa allows you to sleep in rest areas, but we'll figure out something out. And probably just stay the night in Iowa, and then head on up through. Well, we'll go up to Minnesota and 1090 to South Dakota. And then we'll go. There's a campsite near Wall. It's in the National Grasslands. I didn't know about them until I looked them up. So we'll hopefully wake up to buffalo roaming around our camper. That's the big hoopla there. If I'm missing questions, sorry, please repost because I'm running out of things to talk about. I think Jerry was the last one to ask a question. And thank you for all the compliments on the video. Like I said, I was going back and forth all day. Hello from Utah, loving your videos. Well, thank you, Michael. I do appreciate it. Yeah, I will make sure I get a video of the buffalo if we see them. Never been a part of the U.S., so I'll be watching. Well, great. Thank you, Wayne. Hello, Anthony. How are you? Hello, Ann. Hey, from Canada. Don't catch the live feed. Love the videos. Thank you. Well, thank you for joining us. Welcome to the Little House and Royal family. Welcome to our live feed. And then after that, we'll probably go to the Black Hills. And after that, we have no idea what we're doing. I would love to show Carolyn, Washington State. I mean, I lived there for a while, but that's that's quite the trek out there. So we'll just play it by ear. Windows of our RV, just working on Buffalo song stuck in my head. Hello, Bill. How are you? Good to see you. But I've been to South Dakota also. It's a beautiful country. And we might go. What state is that? Wyoming, where the Devil's Tower is. That would be fun to go check out. Hello, Schiefer. Then you're coming to California, right? Oh, Carrie, you in California? Why don't you go? I mean, if I want to travel all that way, you could at least meet me somewhere. Patricia says, Rob, will you be showing any driving videos or driving videos while you're traveling on the road? No, here's my philosophy on videos. If I don't like watching a video, I don't make those videos. So when I see people just driving around showing the landscape, I get bored and I shut them off. So I figure one of the things they teach you on all these YouTube experts teach you is to make videos that you like. And then you start getting subscribers that connect with you. And so that's what I try to do, is I try to make videos that I like and that I agree with, and then I stay honest to what I am and who I am. I stick with my morals. I try not to violate my morals. Well, I don't violate my morals in the videos. And that way you start leading folks who are interested in what you have to say. So that way my watch time, because that's the most important thing with videos, is your watch time. Audience retention is what they call it. And YouTube's #1 algorithm criteria is high audience retention. Well, I have a 75% audience retention. Even the YouTube experts think that is just outstanding. And now I'm starting to put a lot more pictures in these videos and things, and my audience retention just keeps going up and going up. But anytime I do a video that kind of goes against what my normal video is, audience retention drops down to about 40%, and those videos don't get promoted anymore. So there's something to it. People's personality connects with the person's personality. So I try to connect with folks that have, I guess, a similar personality or similar viewing habits as I do. I also notice that if my videos are any longer than 7 minutes, my audience retention drops way down. If I'm boring you with this conversation, I'm sorry. But I just want to tell everybody, that was a good question. It's like cooking videos. Folks want me to do cooking videos, but every time I do a cooking video, I've done 2, nobody watched it. So, it's a lot of work too. These doing videos that you're shaking the table. Doing videos that, Rob, did you go to that creek that you went to as a kid? No, I did not. I can't even find it. I went down there a few years ago. I can. Okay. I went down there a few years ago and I just couldn't find it, so I just left it as a memory. And what David's talking about is I made a video where my cousin and I we went camping, spent the weekend, and it was great fun, absolutely great fun. And so I bring it up quite often. What got my adventure started in my mind was that you have to do what you like, and you are comfortable with. I understand. Well, thank you, Patricia. I do appreciate that. That's important to me, that people do understand why I make videos the way I make them. And yeah, I mean, I'm just not going to appeal to everybody. And there are a lot of people. That's another thing, is there are a lot of really good YouTubers out there who are filmographers. I can think of two of them, and I'll name them off. Less Junk, More Journey is a really good videographer and editor. And then Driving and Vibing really do well. And I think they get their style from a guy named Casey Neistat. Neistat? I forget how he's pronounced his last name. So what he wants to do is make a movie video every time he makes a video. So those guys are really good at it. Those two groups, those two YouTubers. So I leave that style to them because they're really good at it. I mean, for me to even try to do what they do would be really silly. So I must have missed what Beta Boy said. Welcome, good to see you, Beta Boy.
You asked if everyone was behaving here.
Oh, well, yeah, they saw you come in. So, anyway, that's my philosophy on YouTube. Hi, Rob. Ever thought to do a video on a true story of something kind of hard to believe that happened to you? Yeah. A fire. Yeah, there's a whole series, about 2.5 weeks worth. I mean, really, we try to leave uneventful lives. And that's another thing that I try to do. Look, that fire was the most drama I think this channel has ever had. I didn't like the drama. It drug a lot of people in who caused me a lot of problems. At the time, I really didn't need a lot of problems. There was no way to really keep the fire from the audience. I had to tell you. But boy, I mean, it did exactly what I didn't want it to do. Which has brought in all that trouble and all that drama, and I didn't like it. No, I try to keep this channel as to teach folks how to live their dream and the realities of life of being out here. So Beta Boy's changed his icon, so I don't even know who he is. And then there's Joe King. Is Joe King here? I didn't see him, and I didn't see VMAC either. So I guess Beta Boy's keeping the good trolls reputation by being here. Yeah, we want VMAC. We love our nice trolls. Yes, we do. I really appreciate having them because those three have brought in a lot of good folks. So I appreciate all three of them. They're really supportive of this channel. So I can't say them any better. I mean, I'm just really happy to have them.
Jason asked where he could find a water heater for his pop-up camper outside shower.
Okay, yeah, you can get those on Amazon. It's called Marey, M-A-R-E-Y, I believe, Marey. It's a propane water heater, $100. You can get them on Amazon. Just Google it. They pop right up. Man, I tell you, I really like the way we've gotten rid of the shower tank. We're not going to have the shower tank anymore. Marey, E-Y, M-O. No, there's an A in there somewhere. Mom's Googling it. She'll tell us the spelling.
Oh,
Well, I thought she was Googling it.
I can.
But anyway, it's a propane water heater. Now, here's the thing about it, is you got to have RV pump pressure. These other little pumps won't get the pilot light to light the gas. It just doesn't. There's a computer in it that says I got to have, I think, 30 pounds of pressure. And if you don't have that 30 pounds, it won't light. It goes, you know how that little pilot light will click, 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 click. Well, it'll click and it's just shut off. And you got cold water. Hello, William. How are you? Good to see you. So make sure you have an RV pump and not, a lot of people ask me if they can use lawn sprayers, pumps, A lot of people think that you can use one of these battery operated pumps. They're just not enough pressure. So that is the disadvantage to it. You got to have pressure, which means you got to be able to have an RV pump and you got to be able to hook that up to a battery. That is the disadvantage. I will give you that.
Does it need the exact same brand?
Mare, A-R-M-A-M, I don't remember. I just Google it. I don't. There it is. That second one? No.
I know it looks like it. Let's try it.
Just go to Google.
Mark Triplett wants to know where we like to camp in the summer months.
Well, we're still trying to figure that out, Mark. Okay, Angie. Well, thanks for joining us. Sorry it wasn't more exciting. Last year we were in Virginia in the mountains, and it was cold all summer. I mean, it was just cold. So we're still trying to learn that. Are you still using Wi-Fi in your Chevy? Oh, absolutely, yeah. Not right today, no. Today, Mare, there it is. That looks like the right spelling. You roam, M-A-R-E-Y. Yeah, I think that's it. So we're going to North or South Dakota this year, and we'll see what the weather's like there. But we don't have a favorite spot. Golden Granny says not. Granny says not Texas. I mean, it's been pretty nice here. I mean, we had, I guess, a week of really hot temperatures, but it rained a while back, and it's been really nice ever since here in Missouri. So, I would prefer to have warmer weather than cold weather. I'm just not very interested in cold weather at all. I mean, it gets down to 60 degrees, and I'm chilly. This morning I woke up and I was chilly. So, I like to have hot weather, and I guess that's just my personality or my body structure. There's gold and there's hills. Yeah. I don't know if you can actually dig it out because it is a national forest. I think there's some restrictions on that. Oregon or Washington for the summer months. Well, like I told you earlier in this live feed, I'd like to go to Washington. Don't come to North Carolina. The humidity is miserable through early September. Yeah, we were there last August, I think. This time of year, head up to Colorado Mountains. Heat index here is going to hit 100. I'm just getting a pop-up camper lifestyle. Well, yeah, I mean, we could head back up to the mountains, but again, I'd rather be hot than cold. I mean, like I said, we were in the Virginia mountains, and it was cold and rainy the whole summer, and it was miserable most of the time. If you look back to last summer, you'll see that I had a flannel shirt on the whole time. It was pretty rough. Sheriff Tub Tucker. Hello, Sheriff. Welcome
Sheriff Tub Tucker's mother.
Welcome to the Little House on the Road family. Welcome to our live feed. Well, I sure like to get more people in here. Any chance of that happening? We need 7 more. I'd like to have 50. Let's call it 50. Call it even. 44. Oh, we're getting there. 6 more. Excuse me. The Baby Boy says, I sent my friends. Yeah, I know you did. Boy, we got a big bump on that too. The trailer, the camper is just amazing. There is a feel about it that feels like home. Yes, I agree, Elvis. There was just something insecure that I really felt every morning when I got up in the pop-up camper. I always assumed it was a canvas. I don't know. But I don't have that feeling anymore. I feel really comfortable in this camper. And I just don't know why. I mean, but I'm glad it's there. I mean, I really feel like we have... well, thank you, Sonny. What kind of camper do you have? We have a homemade truck camper. Just to catch you up to speed, our camper caught on fire. Our pop-up camper caught on fire about a month and a half ago now. And in 2.5 weeks, we had to build a camper on the back of our truck. It's a cab over, and it's quite nice. I mean, it is just really nice. It has held up very well. No leaks. So, I mean, it's just wonderful. Yeah, my internet is too goofy to keep trending, so we need to get off. Have a great trip. Well, thank you, Martha. Lewis and Clark, Error 19. Jonathan, can you say that again, please? Harry. Hello, Harry. Good to see you. Everybody say hi to Harry. We met Harry once. He was in Florida. Check out Portland, Oregon. I have been to Portland. When I was in the Navy, I drove down there. Boy, you guys are really keeping up. My husband loves those type of campers. Oh, I'm telling you, it's just wonderful. Yeah, Harry and I bumped into each other down in Florida. We were camping, and he just showed up one day, and he knew who we were, and I was going over to the restroom, and he says, "Hi, I know you," or something to that effect. And that he was like the second person I had ever met outside of, well, from the channel. And so I'm like, "Oh, no, you don't." You're a lot happier with the truck camper. I'm happy for you. Well, thank you, Patricia. Yeah, look, I didn't even know I was unhappy with the pop-up. So we have a Grand Design fifth wheel camper. Oh, that is wonderful. So, I mean, I don't know. I just had an uneasy feeling, I guess, each morning that I don't have now. And it's easier to operate. There's just a lot of things about it that are easier. We now have a shower inside the camper that's quite roomy. We didn't have that in the pop-up. We had to use the shower tent. We're mobile. So, no, it's I don't know what more I can say about it. It's just it's just really nice. It's a home. For some reason, Carolyn and I don't seem to bump into each other near as much as we did in the pop-up. You know, I had the front bunk in, she had the back bunk in, and you know, the front bunk in was my man cave, and it was uncomfortable, and I was always hunched over working, and I don't have that problem now. I noticed a difference in your mood as well with the truck camper. Glad to. Well, thank you very much, Daniel. Hannah Baker, hi. Welcome to the Little House on the Road family. Check out Tampa, Florida if you are. Yeah, I think we're going to check out Tampa next year. They were happy with the pop-up, but happy with the truck. Absolutely, Harry. Are you ready for your red tape? Or are you ready for your tape? Are you ready for your tape? Hannah, I don't know what that means. Can you elaborate a little bit? I appreciate it. Well, look at that. 51. Aha, 51 people.
52 I got.
52. So, yeah, Harry, I did. How's your day? Well, Zach, hello. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome to the Little House on the Road family. Dempsey. You know, I seem to recognize your last name, so if you've been here before, I apologize. Patrick, I would feel safer in a truck camper than a pop-up. Well, Carolyn actually, hello, Meandering Meerkat. Carolyn actually feels better because she's not as worried about bears. So I thought that was interesting, because I really didn't have that big of a concern with bears. I had a concern about them, and I recognized that they could come through the camper quite easy. But I don't think that was my biggest fear about it. I'm good, man. I hope you and your family is okay. Yes, we are. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. So, I mean, I don't know how to explain it. And I don't know if I'll ever be able to explain it. Zach, wait a minute. Never mind. He's nice. Oh, so we got trolls there. Elvis, did you invite Hannah and Zach? That's awesome. I love it. I love it when the trolls think they're going to come in here and then they all say, "Hey, he's a nice guy." I love it. Thank you very much. That is very nice of you to say, Hannah and Zach. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Patricia, safer for people or bears? Well, the people is what I'm worried about. I mean, the people is the ones that burn down my camper. So, I like
your house.
If they burn down my camper now, I'm going to be in it. Well, thank you, Hannah. I do appreciate it. After hearing all the downsides and the negatives on a pop-up camper, I'm kind of nervous of when I start traveling and setting up in my parking lot and other places and road trips. Look, living in a pop-up camper may not be and I've said that so many times, may not be the way to go. You do have a great personality. Well, thank you very much, Mark. Great subject this morning. Well, thank you. And Sonny says, hello, Caroline. You better yell out.
LOL. Hello!
There she is. Pop-up campers are great. Yeah, I mean, they're great to camp in. I mean, I love camping in tents too. So, nothing wrong with camping in them. I just think that, well, I can't say that. Now that we don't have the pop-up and we have the homemade truck camper, I can say, look, it's nicer. But I didn't know that at the time. Try to hit enter centers of Lewis and Clark, North Kansas City 29. Okay, we'll try it. I have a pop-up camper. Feel very safe. Well, thank you, Tolly. Jason, I used to use tents too sometimes. But again, I'm really not trying to downplay the pop-up. I'm just saying that now we have the truck camper, I feel better. That's all.
It's easier.
It's definitely easier. I mean, I love the pop-up, and I miss it a lot sometimes. I mean, it was our home. So, I don't know. Anyway, not downplaying the pop-up, I promise. And I'm not even trying to change my story. I'm just trying to explain the emotional effects. I mean, heck, maybe we're still wearing off from the fear of the fire. I mean, that was just, oh. Some people say that Carol and I might have post-traumatic stress syndrome. I don't know anything about that, but it was stressful. Everyone is different strokes, different folks. So, it just maybe it would be a lot easier with truck camper. I bet you're glad you do not have to work for a company 10 hours a day anymore. No, I mean, I'm just ecstatic about that. Hello, Trey, good to see you. You're not an outlaw. And I got to thinking about this, Trey. Trey, it was a mistake, okay? And if the Rangers had gotten a warrant to look inside your camper, did you have anything to hide? And that's the point about an outlaw. If you have nothing to hide, then you're fine. They did their job. You were honest. You made a mistake. Mistakes happen. Just like me forgetting to file my personal property tax paperwork. It was a mistake, and they understood. No harm, no foul. They're going to get their money, and they're happy about it. So, no. I mean, you could call me an outlaw for failing to get my paperwork submitted on time, but I am not telling everybody, don't turn in your paperwork. And that's the whole point of what I was trying to make is if I had a truck pickup camper, I would definitely just get a slide-in camper for it. It was the original plan. Well, the slide-in would have been too heavy for our truck. Setup is easier. Rob, are you an outlaw? No, I'm not. That's the point of today's video. Is I didn't tell 20,000 people to not follow the law because you're a nomad. I think that was irresponsible. I really do. I was just shocked that anybody would tell 20,000 people to be lawbreakers. And the thing is that it really kind of went back to that video that I made a few days ago. Oh, I know, Jonathan, you're fine. Where that lady in that BLM said that she was going to have to move. The Rangers told her to move, and she didn't know why she had to move because she's never had to move before, even though the BLM has a 2-week time frame. And she said, well, I used to stay here months at a time. Well, then you're in violation of the law, and when you're in violation of the law, you're an outlaw. And she deliberately did it. She knew she was violating the law. And so that's what today's video is about, is knowingly violating the law, telling people to do it. I just kept them hid and never will take them out National Park to help anyone. Well, that's the thing to do, Trey. I mean, yeah, absolutely. I guess you can do it on a beach. But there's a lot of rules in national forests that I don't agree with. But if I want to live this lifestyle, I can't be violating the law, because even in that lady's video, she says you're going to be in a cage of humanity. Well, if you violate the law, you're going to be in a real cage of humanity. It's called jail. So, well, thank you, Phil. I do appreciate that. So, I mean, I don't know why you would tell anybody to violate the law to stay out of the cage of humanity just so you can be put in a cage of humanity. I will live with you both someday. I will. You two are role models. Well, thank you very much, Kevin. I do appreciate it. Hello, Adam and Maria, how are you? Good to see you. Myra. How many times have I said that wrong in the past?
Is that, I think that's how you would pronounce it, Myra.
It's just like motorcycles. Only 1% live outside the law. That is true. Yep. Well, it's like I was telling Trey today. Look, it's one thing to accidentally go over the speed limit when you're coming around over a hill or something. You get up there, you're doing 55, you jump over that hill, and all of a sudden you're up to 61, 62 miles an hour, and the cop gets you. Okay? Yep. I was speeding officer. I came up over that hill. Well, and then it's a whole different story that you got the radar detector. You're doing 90 miles an hour. You're well aware you're speeding, and you crash into someone and you hurt a bunch of people. You are an outlaw and you're trying to hurt others. And look, I'm sure there's rules in place for certain reasons, and I think in a civilized society we have to follow those rules. It's not like anybody just said, okay, we're going to make a law. I believe we live in a country where people make the laws. And if we don't like the laws, we really need to work hard to change them. So that's just my opinion. And I'm not trying to get political. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying that I'm not ever going to tell anybody to violate laws. If I make a mistake, I'm going to own up to it, and I'm going to tell you about it. So, and I told you about my mistake with my personal property tax. I messed up, and I went in, and I was completely honest about it. So no, I'm not calling anybody outlaws. There are a lot of fires out west, meaning hard to find campsites at the moment. Yes, I know. I've been reading all about it. I've been camping in tents for a while, so maybe get a pop-up. Good morning, Joe. How are you? From down under. I love it. Joe's been with us a long time from down under. So, and he's, I guess you're about in what, late fall, early winter, Joe? Getting cold down there, maybe? Look at that, 58 people. This live feed thing is really doing a great job this week. Oh.
Doing it.
So, I'm going to take a drink of water. Whew, I'm out of breath. Man, I'm not a fan of Missouri property tax. Yeah, I don't know how many states do property tax. I really am not aware of how many, but I'm sure there's a lot of them. Yeah, I think I'm going to head to Tampa. Like your life is, well, thank you very much. Early winter, 65 degrees. Well, that's not bad. Me either. I don't know how other states get their revenue. I mean, people have told me to become a resident of Florida, and people told me to become a resident of South Dakota. And I don't know how interested I am in all of that. I am a Missouri resident. I've lived here my entire life. I'm starting to agree more and more with Missouri's laws, and I have to agree telling the world you break laws on YouTube is asking for trouble. Come to Utah, Montana. Well, that's a good point. Here's the thing. She gets to go to Alaska, okay? And she's telling everybody to break laws to get to Alaska. Well, now the lawmakers are going to look at her YouTube channel and say, well, why is this person saying break laws? So the lawmakers are now going to change the laws so those people will not break the laws that she told them to break. So none of us get to go to Alaska in an RV. I'm just using a hypothetical because she's ruined it for the rest of us. And that's how all these laws always happen is someone does something and then everybody else gets punished for that. And that's, I think, what happened. I mean, it's like these national forests. Everybody keeps telling me nobody's going to shut down national forests. Nobody's going to shut down BLMs. But I keep seeing it. I've seen campgrounds in national forests, in Apalachicola National Forest, as a matter of fact, where a campground used to be free. I've stayed there 3 times now. Used to be free, and now they're going to charge for it. Why? Because of the trash and the vagrancy, the homeless situation. So what they did, they got a campsite host, they put a bathroom there, trash cans, and now they're going to charge. It was $0, and now it's $10. Subtropics down here can get down to the 40s in the cold morning out in the 60s and 70s in the desert. You will love it. Let's see. You both have a right idea. Keep on living simple and smart. Well, thank you very much, Kevin. I love Missouri. It's a beautiful state with great people and low cost of living. Us real outlaws never brag about our crimes. Thanks, Tolly. Okay, well, I'm behind on conversation, so I apologize. I try to answer questions as
Well,
quick.
Jason said he found a, let me think to find it again.
We're talking about Jason here.
95 Coleman. He said he forgets the model. Pop-up camper for $350.
Wow, that's cool,
Needs
Jason.
3 small spots and a canvas patched. I'd love to get that deal.
Yeah, that is a good deal. And the thing is Flex Seal or some sort of sealant, roof sealant is really good. So you patch it, and then you can put that roof sealant on it and get the same color. You can put whiter. You can get other sealants where you can actually put paint in there and mix it up, and then it blends in. You won't even notice it. It's always been that way, Rob. A few bad people were in for absolutely. Hey Trey, well thank you very much. I appreciate it so much. Thanks. Can everybody give Trey a shout out, please? That is amazing. Thank you very much. Did Trey ask me to say anything in it? Okay. Well, that was just. Well,
Joe says it's subtropics here, can get down to the 40s on cold mornings. Out in the desert, out west, it goes down to mid-20s overnight, and days it's around 60 to 70.
all right, good. I'm glad everybody's saying thank you to Trey. I do appreciate it. It's different over here. Most free camps are run by local municipalities or taverns, encouraging travelers in the area. National Park, $6.20. Duct tape on the
40
inside,
hours
flex
max.
seal on the out. Yeah, that's a good idea. Joe, good one. Okay. Hey, Rob. Hey, Jay. How are you doing? Actually, I'm sitting in my RV. Well, that is wonderful. Really? So, I mean, you got it and you're up and running? Tell me what state you're in. Come on, Jay. We've been waiting a long time. Did we lose our new trolls? And our old troll? Well, that's great, NJ. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. Everybody give a shout out to NJ. She's finally following her dream. She got her camper and she's out in it. So that's awesome. I've waited a long time. I don't know how long NJ's been with us. She's been here from way in the beginning and she's been really excited about this. I'm in New Jersey. New Jersey. I'm sorry. You're right. I goofed that up. Sorry, NJ. Way to go, NJ. Ah, wow, finally found you live. Well, hi, thank you, David. Good to see you. Welcome to our live feed. Welcome to the Little House on the Road family. In California, they didn't charge us for property tax card, just very 60. Yeah, I know, 60. Yeah, thank you, Jerome. Very good. Everybody shouting out to NJ. Yeah, that is very exciting. Whew, I'm telling you, doing these live feeds, you run out of breath. You just get to yapping so fast. It's terrible. Don't you like how I complain? It's terrible. So what else is going on? Mom took us out to a campsite that she goes to quite often, and it was quite nice. Just down the road from us. I posted pictures on Patreon. It's a nice little lake. Lots of camp spots. The thing is I used to live here about, 16 miles away or so. I've never heard of it. It was incredible. It's just down the road. Paid for $500 for mine. Do you think it's a sin to shoot? Who was that? Somebody get rid. What was that? We're talking about religion. It didn't sound very. I'm not sure. Can't wait for South Dakota Buffalo reports. It's great for you and Carolyn to travel again. Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, I think the trial run is over now. So, thank you, Mom. Appreciate that. Yeah, I think the trial run's over. I think the camper is going to do very well. So.
Will you let Jason know about it? Jason asked, when at a campsite, how does it work when hooking up to the electric and cost-wise? We've only done it when we were up here for
Well, let's see. I
that.
mean, you just hook up to the electric. I mean, we have 20 amp. It's 120 volt. I mean, so you're just taking an extension cord from the camper to the pole. It's on the driver's side. Cost-wise, as far as I'm concerned, if you're looking at cost analysis, you're way overpaying for electric. You can go to free campsites, and if you don't have a lot of electric to use, you can use solar panel or do what we do: use a generator in connection with a battery hookup. And for $30 a month is what I pay for electric. If you go to a campsite, you can pay that much in one night. So, as far as cost effectiveness, going to a paid campsite to get electric, I think is way overpriced. I pay $35 a night when I hook up. Yeah, so $35 a night. You know, I'm paying $30 to $40 depending on the gas prices for my generator. That's all I use is my generator. Run my generator 4 hours a day to charge my batteries, and the rest of the time I'm on batteries. So it's much more cost effective to even run a generator. But if you can get solar panels, if you don't use a lot of electric and you use solar panels, then I mean that is just the way to go because that's free electric. I hope that answers the question. Yeah, I mean, But Carolyn and I are totally against staying at paid campsites. I'm definitely thinking about buying a generator, but I don't want to get stolen in the middle of the night. Well, I mean, you got to lock it up. I lock mine up with a chain around the rim of the tire on the truck. So I just feed it through the rim and lock it. If you're worried about someone coming in with bolt cutters, I mean, and just put the generator inside. Right now, my generator's inside underneath the bed. It's got the gas shut-off valve, so I don't smell the gas. So, NJ sent me here, roof and sidewalls, water damage to repair all my DIY. So giddy working on them. I love hearing everybody's campers coming together. That is just awesome. I used to have and I don't know how interesting this story is. I had a lady named Maria. She was 71 years old. I think she was 71. And all last year she was building a teardrop. And every day she would post on my Facebook page her excitement. And so this year was supposed to be the year that she got to go live in her camper this summer. Now she's from Canada. And I'm afraid something might have happened to her because I haven't heard a word from her. And I really wanted her to have her dream. So I hope she's out living her dream and she just hadn't been able to talk to me. That's what I really hope. But she didn't even say she was leaving. And she talked to me every day, so I'm worried about her. So anyway, my point is make sure you follow your dream as early as possible. As long as you're debt free and you got a savings account, follow your dream. I'm glad I did it young, so I can still do it. So I really worry about Maria. Are you going to do some boondocking? Oh no, we're talking about Daniel. Okay.
No, I was talking back with Daniel.
I've missed a lot because now I don't know what to talk about. Anybody got any questions? I mean, the battery and the electric was a good question. Have I answered everybody's questions fully? Did I miss something? I'm very excited about seeing my daughter. I said at the beginning of the live feed, I'm very excited. I haven't seen her in 4 years. When last time I saw her, she was getting ready to graduate community college with her associate's degree. Now she is graduated with a double major. She has two majors. One in psychology and one in English major. So she is currently, as far as I understand, writing my book about our adventures. So hopefully August, October time frame. What type of what brand size generator do you recommend? Well, I mean, I can only recommend what I got. I have a Champion 2000 watt inverter generator. I've showed it on several videos. It's an inverter generator, which means it's more efficient. We spend $15 a day on propane to run the generator. $15 a day?
Refrigerator and AC. For 6 hours, 6 to 8 hours.
Wow. Huh. I mean, okay. What was I talking about? I forgot what I was talking about. Does anybody remember what I was talking about? Seems like I don't remember. Oh, the book. Oh, yeah, my daughter's writing a book. Thank you. Book. Yeah, my daughter's going to write a book about our adventure, and I'm pretty sure she's doing it too. So, I mean, currently in it. So we'll be selling the book on probably Amazon, hopefully in October. Crossing my fingers. We'll get an update on that tomorrow. Running AC takes a lot of fuel. Yeah, now that's something we don't do. We had an AC that I bought brand new for the pop-up, 5,000 BTUs. We never used it. We used it, well, I guess never used it. We test ran it once to see if the generator would pull it. It ran great. But we never used it. So we didn't get an air conditioner for this camper. And I don't think we're going to have any regrets about that. I mean, it's gotten up to 90 degrees. It was hot, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't like unbearable. We had a fan running, very nice. So, well, we've dropped down to 51 people. Usually happens towards the end. Check out the Ryobi generator. Ryobi. Well, not criticizing Ryobi. I mean, it's the same price as the Champion, I think. So, hello, Steven. I haven't seen you in a while. Sorry, late. That's okay. Great to see you. See, I miss these questions. It's so frustrating. What did NJ say?
Meander, she's talking to Meander and me.
Oh, okay.
No spring chicken here either. Feels great when you finish the project. Yes, it does.
I mean, I don't know what kind of generator you have, Trey. I mean, I'd be interested in knowing, I mean, what you're trying to pull, because, boy, that sounds like a lot of energy. $15 a day. $15 a day. That's $450 a month. And I air conditioned my house for $120 a month. I mean, my whole electric bill was $120. Well, maybe $150. Why? There's got to be a more efficient way of doing that. I'd love to know more about what your setup is. And the other thing is propane. I've heard, I don't know this for a fact, but I've heard that propane is not quite as efficient of a gas as gasoline. Could you do a video on how you cut your own hair? I have a video on Patreon how I cut my own hair, but really all I do is just take clippers and I clip it. I mean, that's it, just like boot camp. I mean, it is all exactly the same length, the whole thing. And then Carolyn comes around and straightens up the back to get all that, you know, ugly.
He thinks it's straight. Ha 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 ha
What do you know about the horns, did we?
And I forgot to cut my sideburns this last time, so it's the same exact length as everything else. But does your generator run on propane and some of them run on gas? Mine just runs on gas, but you can buy Champion generators that run on propane or gas. It's a setup. I mean, I choose to run gas because propane is not as efficient of a gas for a generator than gasoline. So, I mean, I just try to get as much efficiency out of it as I can. Besides that, I mean, yeah, dual fuel generators, right? The Champion that I had before the fire took it out had over 2,000 hours on it. I did the oil change about every 70 hours. I did an oil change, and it had over 2,000 hours on it, and it started up every time, first pull. Same spark plug. I cleaned it every 70 hours, cleaned the air filter, and it ran like new. It didn't look new, but it ran like new. So when that one got burned up, I bought another one. I'm actually, you know, this is sad. I'm actually disappointed it got burned up because I really wanted to see how long this generator would last. So, I mean, it really didn't act like it had any issues. I think there was a little vibration in it, made it sound a little louder, because now I got this one, it sounds a little quieter, so I think there was a vibration in it that this new one doesn't have. That would happen after. Champion does make a nice unit, I think so. I mean, I've seen YouTube channels, and one of the YouTube channels said that he's been running it for 6 years. And now with Champion, you can get two of them, you can stack them on top of each other and run them together. So instead of having 2,000 watts, you can have 4,000 watts to run your air conditioner. But if you don't need 4,000 watts, then you just need to run one, and you only run half the power. So, are you from Kansas? Oh, talk to someone else. So, I mean, I just like the Champion. It was the first one we bought. I did a lot of research on it when I bought it. A lot cheaper than the 4,000 watt inverter ran on propane. You're right, it isn't as efficient as gas. It does take 4 gallons to run, 15,000 BTUs. Well, I wonder if you double stack two generators. You said 4,000 watts. If you double stack two Champion generators and ran them in parallel, because you can do that, I wonder if that would decrease your fuel usage. Where can you fill up water holding tanks on my pop-up sink? And, well, I don't know. I mean, we boondock. We didn't use tanks. We used buckets. We still use buckets. So we go everywhere to find water. We've used natural springs. You can fill them up at
a lot of rest areas.
Truck stops. I mean, there's a lot of places to fill them.
Gas stations sometimes.
Gas stations. But if you're going to do a lot of boondocking, I mean, if you're following our channel because of that, our philosophy, there's better ways to obtain water than filling tanks, because tanks limit you on how long you can stay. My philosophy is if you have buckets or some sort of holding device, because Jerry will tell you that they have these bags that you can fold up, that's fine too. You can fill these buckets and these bags up when you go to town. You leave, go to town. You don't have to take your trailer with you. Leave, go to town, fill up your buckets, bring them back, you pump them out. And I've showed in videos how we have our setup. I literally have a bucket with a pump hooked to the bottom of it, and it pumps water out of that bucket right into our shower. I have a 120 gallon water tank in the back of the truck for extra water. Now remember, if you do a lot of driving around, sightseeing, you're also hauling that 120 gallons, and that is 960 pounds, which is using up a lot of gas. We have a 4-cylinder engine, and we get 19 miles a gallon with our camper on. With it off, we were getting 26. So, you know, I'm looking for cost savings also. So each time you go to town, you fill up your buckets, you bring back, offload your buckets. You can still go sightseeing and still get that 19 to 26 miles a gallon. So that's a thought also. I mean, when you're hauling around water, you're hauling around no matter what you're doing. So, yeah, 4-cylinders, gotta watch what you haul. Yeah, and remember, we built this camper. I mean, it's a 250-pound camper, plus all our food and refrigerator. And Ryobi has a poor quality reputation in our neck of the woods. For me, starting off, I won't be long-term pop-up camping living, probably just here a week or less. Yeah, that's a good way to start, is just do it a week or so at a time. Make sure you like the lifestyle. Make sure you like living in a pop-up. You know, that's the bad thing about testing yourself in a pop-up, is you get out there and say, yeah, this is nice, and and then you build yourself a homemade truck camper, and you're like, wow, the last year was terrible. Yeah, but you didn't even know it was terrible. I mean, you just didn't know. But I mean, you can heat this thing up with a matchstick. 4-cylinder here too, so weight is an issue. Yes, my freshwater tank is 24 gallons. Again, I'm not telling everybody how to do this, but I'm telling you that if you're filling a tank, you're really limiting your ability to be flexible, I guess is the best way to put it, because you're always depending on that tank of water. If you can have an independent water system that doesn't weigh you down, such as buckets, I'm just using that, you all of a sudden become a lot more flexible. Think about trying to fill that tank at a natural spring. We went to 2 campsites all summer long that the closest water source was a natural spring. Well, you wouldn't be able to fill up, and what they do with a natural spring is they literally just stick a PVC pipe in the side of the mountain and water comes shooting out of it. Crystal clear water. People came all the way from Washington, D.C. to get this water. Now, we still filtered ours in the Berkey, but you wouldn't be able to fill your tank with that water. You would have to fill buckets, and then you would dump that water into your tank. Well, if you had some sort of system where you could use the buckets as your tank, it makes it much easier. It's just so much easier to have a portable water system. Something where you can empty it and then go and fill it up without having to take your entire unit to go fill up. Besides, you wouldn't be able to fill up your tank with the... we use propane instead of gas because we already carry it. Truck is diesel. So anyway, so it's just a suggestion to think about a different water solution. It's the same thing as black tanks and gray tanks. If you're filling up gray tanks, that is your limiting factor. You're emptying one tank and putting it right into another tank. So now you got to go. Remember, Rob, correct? That will only be used for gray water things. Compost no use of. Yeah, very good. That's what getting a Berkey drinking water. I cannot recommend enough about Berkey. A water system, a water filtration system. I like Berkey. I always have. I'm not a salesman for Berkey, so I shouldn't have said that. I like our Berkey. But when the Berkey burnt down in the fire, we've been drinking this water out of this tap water out of the National Forest. we were putting it in the Berkey and we were drinking the whole winter. It was great water, didn't have a problem with it. The camper burned down the Berkey, and when we were putting out the remnants of the flames, I got thirsty and I drank this water. Oh, I could barely swallow it. It was so bad. So, I mean, you just got to have a water filtration system. And I just like the Berkey. I've always had it. 99.99999% filtration. Been filtering Mom's water. And, I mean, it's city water. It's tested every year. I mean, I used to get the same water she's getting. And you can tell that the Berkey is having to filter out particles, because every now and then I still got to clean the filters themselves. Well, about every other use I still have to clean the filters, which means the water is actually filling up the pores of the filter, that it has to be cleaned. That means this city water has dirt in it of some sort. So it's city water. It's dirty. It's just dirty. And you're putting that stuff in your body. So, I mean, I just can't stress the importance of filtering your water, especially being out there boondocking, or even in Dad worked at a paid campsite. The campsite down the road from him, he said, was not using backflush valves on their system. That means the water was being backflushed. Water can backflush into their system. So if somebody hooks a hose up on it, they turn on their pump. The pump pushes water out of their camper into the spigot that they're hooked up to. It means that they're contaminating that spigot. So even paid campsites have problems. And when the health department came out to check on them, they showed them that, I don't understand this, but they showed them that the backup valves weren't working. If you had a choice with all the costs equal in the purchase price, would you choose a camper or a motorhome? I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't choose either. I mean, I'm just not into that kind of lifestyle. I like what we have.
Well, that is a camper, though.
I mean, I guess I don't understand the question. A motorhome. Oh, maybe I do understand the question. A camper or a motorhome? You're talking about a trailer versus something that you drive around. So, let me understand the question. The difference between our pop-up camper and our truck camper. I like the truck camper more because I feel safer. I feel safer because I don't have to leave it behind to go sightseeing, go to town, go do live feeds, all that. I don't have to leave it behind. Recognizing that our camper got burnt down while we were at the ranger's office to see if we could be campsite host. Here, I'm taking it with us. So I'm not leaving anything behind for folks to destroy. And I don't know. There's just something really scary about being out in the middle of nowhere in a national forest in a state that you're not really comfortable with, and your home's gone. It's just gone. So with a camper, you still have to use with a truck. With motorhome, you have to tow a vehicle. Okay, so we got about a minute and a half left, so I'm going to say goodnight to everybody. So thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Click like if you like the video, and happy travels. Hey, and thanks for the lively live feed. This has been a very nice live feed. I've really enjoyed it. Lots of good questions, and I couldn't keep up with everything, so if I missed your question, good night, good night, good night. Good night, Mindy. Good night, Joe. Good night, Linda. Good night, William. Good night, Jeff. Good night, Jason. Good night, Trey. Good night, Wayne. Bill, good night, buddy. Good night, Donna. Good night, Harry. Good night, Phil. Good night, John. Well, there's a lot of people here. Good night, Steve Olson. I don't think I've seen you here, have I? Anyway, if I haven't, welcome to Little House of Road family. Good night, Daniel. Good night, Tolly. Good night, Michael. Good night, Fast Eddie. And Carol Atkins. Good night. Welcome to the Little House of Road family. I don't think I've seen you here either. I don't think. Mark Triplett, good night. Good night, Mark. All right, well, see you next week.